Good morning, children. Welcome to the mathematics class. Today we are going to learn a new chapter, children, that is Introduction to Algebra. This is another branch of mathematics called algebra. The main feature of algebra is used to letters or alphabets to represent numbers. Letter can represent any number. It may stand for an unknown quantity. By learning the method of determining unknowns, we develop powerful tools for solving puzzles and many problems in our daily life. Actually, you should know what is algebra, children. First of all, learn about algebra. What is called algebra? The basic of algebra. Basic of algebra covers the simple operations. What are the simple operations? Four fundamental operations. That is nothing but addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Basic algebra covers the simple operation of mathematics like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, involving both constants as well as variables. Involving both constants and variables. First of all, let us know what are variables, what are constants, what is called expressions, what is an equation. So first of all, let us know what are variables. Variable is a quantity that can take any value from A to Z. Those are small letters, alphabetical letters. So, variables is a quantity that can take any value from A to Z. Its value is not fixed. It is not fixed and it is unknown. It is unknown. For example, I want to give an example. I will give you. Sonu has some number of balls and Ramu has 3 times than Sonu. For example, if I am giving Sonu has some number of balls and Ramu has 3 times balls than Sonu. Ramu has 3 times balls than Sonu, but we don't know the Sonu, how many number of balls Sonu has. That we will take it as some unknown variable, that is Sonu has some X number of balls. Now Ramu's condition is given 3 times. So 3 times means 3 into Sonu has X. So that is called 3x. If Sonu has 3 balls, then Ramu has 3 into 3, that is 9 balls. If Sonu has 2 balls, then Ramu has 3 into 2. 3 2s are 6 balls. So we are taking unknown number and we are taking out the answer. First of all, Sonu doesn't have any balls, but we have imagined some variable. Variables are nothing but A to Z. Any variable you can take, any alphabet you can take. From that, we are taking out the answer of unknown. From the unknown quantity to we are getting the answer. So, algebra is nothing but combination of variables, constants and 4 fundamental operation. That is either plus, either minus, either into, either division. Okay, so algebra is nothing but combination of variables, constants and 4 fundamental operations. This is a definition, children. So the main feature of algebra is the use of letters or alphabets to represent numbers. Letters can be any number. It may stand for an unknown quantity. It stands for the unknown quantity. Is it okay? By learning this method, we can determine unknown. We develop powerful tools like we can solve the number of puzzles and we can solve many problems in your daily life. Now come to the constant. What are constant? We use the constants as from 0 to 9. Any numbers you can use. Okay, just now I showed you, 3 is called constant and x is called variable. So 0 to 9, any constant number you can use. What is an expression? What is an expression, children? Expressions are formed by performing 4 fundamental operations with the variables and constant. So expressions will form by performing 4 fundamental operations. What are 4 fundamental operations? Just now I said plus, minus, divides, multiplication sign. So expressions are formed by performing 4 fundamental operations with the variables and constants. Variables are nothing but, what are variables? A to Z. And what are constants? 0 to 9. Any number you can use. So by using, I am using like A plus 2B minus 9. This one whole is called expression. I am writing like for one more example, 2x. 2 is a constant, x is a variable. One more expression I can write. I will write, just observe it. 3p plus, I am using 2q minus 5z plus, okay, I will give one more fundamental operation like divides 5. Okay. Here children, listen here. A plus 2b minus 9. This is one expression. 2x, one expression. 3p plus 2q minus 5z divides 5. Here all the 3 fundamental operations are using plus, minus and divides. Here 2 into x, 2x. Okay, a plus is a fundamental operation, 4 fundamental, minus, plus and minus. We are using 2 fundamental operations here. A is a variable, 2 is a constant, 9 is a constant. When the expression have one letter, one term, these are called terms. One term is called monomial. It's called monomial. When the expression has 2 terms, okay, 2 terms also I'll give you. 2x plus 3y. When the expression, this is called whole expression. When the expression have 2 terms, is called binomial. When the expression has 3 terms, you'll see this is the first term, fundamental operation started, second term, the fundamental operation started, third term, it's called trinomial. And when the expressions contain more than 3, 4 or 5 or 6, then that is called multinomial. So what is the expression? First of all, you should understand what is expression. Expressions are formed by performing 4 fundamental operations along with variables and constant. 2x is the expression. It is called one term. It is having only one term. Whole is one term. So it is a monomial. When the expression contains 2 terms, it is called binomial. When the expression contains 3 terms, it's called trinomial. When the expression contains more than 3 terms, it's called multinomial. Now last come to the equation. What is an equation? An equation is a statement that asserts the equality of 2 expressions. An equation has 2 sides, LHS and RHS. What is an equation first of all? An equation is a statement that asserts the equality of 2 expressions. It asserts a 2 expression. In between 2 expressions, we have an equality sign like 2x plus 5 is equal to 10. Here is also one expression. This is also one expression, constant number, isn't it? So in between 2 expressions, this is called your LHS, left hand side. This is your RHS. In between LHS and RHS, there should be an equal to sign. Then these expressions, both the expressions are called an equation. When there is an equal to sign in between 2 expressions, then that is called an equation. One more example I'll give you. 3z plus 2p is equal to 3p minus 5z. We have LHS is equal to, we have RHS. This is first expression because it contains constant numbers, variables and 4 operation of fundamental operation. Here variables as well as constant and fundamental operation as minus. So here LHS, in between LHS and RHS there is an equal to sign. So this expression, both the expression, if both the expressions have LHS sign, LHS is equal to RHS, then those expressions are called an equation. Okay, so what is an equation, children? An equation is a statement that asserts the equality of 2 expressions. An equation has 2 sides, that is LHS and as well as RHS. So I think it is just a simple introduction part. Everybody carefully watch the video. What are variables, what are constant, what is it called expression. Don't get confused in between expression and equation, children. expressions contain only terms. In between terms you have a 4 fundamental operations. Okay, and equations have in between two expressions we have a equality sign. So that is called an equation. Just now explain about what is algebra. Algebra is nothing but combination of variables, constants and 4 fundamental operations. Then what are variables I explain you, what are constants I explain you, what is expression is called I explain you, and what is an equation also. Now we are going to do exercise 9.1. First question, children. Find the rule which gives the number of mastics required to make the following mastics pattern. Find the rule. He is asking you a pattern of letter T. For making T, how many mastics we require? Find the rule. See, number of how many T's? Number of T. Number of mastics required. And final pattern. The pattern for this will form. What is the pattern will form? For 1T, children, for making 1T, see children, this is one mastic, and for T, making one more mastic will be. So how many mastics we required for making T, pattern T? 2 mastics. So for 1T, 2 mastics we require. For same type of 2 T's, how many mastics we required? One more I'll show you. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 mastics. How it will form? 2 into 1. Number of mastics into 1T. Number of mastics into 2T. So for 3 children, number of mastics for every T, 2 mastics we required. And number of T's, that is 3. So it's nothing but 6. So same as it is for 4, 2 mastics into 4. 2 4s are 8. So same as it is. If I want unknown means maybe it is lakhs, maybe it is crores T's. So I don't know. That I am taking any variable. So for unknown quantity we are taking some variables, isn't it? So I want to take some n. Any variable, A to Z, any letter you can use. So every time you are multiplying 2 into that number of T's, that is 2n. So what is the pattern will form? 2n. So what is the pattern? Your pattern becomes 2n. One more I am explaining, listen carefully. A pattern of letter E. So number of first E's. Number of mastics required. And the pattern form. Last is pattern. How the pattern will form. For 1E, how many mastics we require, children? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 mastics. So for 1E, you are required 4 mastics. That is 1E into 4, isn't it? So you can write mastics into 1E. Mastics into 1. For 2 children, mastics into 2 E's. So 4 2's are 8. For 3 E's, mastics how many? For 1E you required 4. That 4 into 3. 4 3's are 12. For 4 making 4 E's, mastics, number of mastics into number of E's, that is 16. If I need m number of mastics, maybe lakhs or crores. So every time you are multiplying what, children? 4 into 1, 4 into 2, 4 into 3, 4 into 4. So same as it is, we are multiplying 4 into m. So it becomes 4m. So what is the pattern, children? So the pattern becomes 4m. For unknown thing, we are taking some variable. Either A, B, C, D you can take, M, N, P you can take, X, Y, Z you can take, any variable you can take. Okay, same as it is for H, Z, for this Z you take it as a homework. I will explain you this H. How many mastics we require, children? 1, 2, 3. So we require number of heads, mastics required, and the pattern becomes. So 3 columns, children, always remember H. For 1 H, how many mastics we require, children? 1, 2, 3. So 3, that is mastics into 1 H. For 2 mastics into 2H, that is 3 2s are 6. For 3H, mastics into number of H, 9. For 4H, mastics into number of H, that is 3 4s are 12. Same as it is if I want some X number of H, means maybe it is lakhs, maybe it is crores, maybe it is 100. So every time you are multiplying, 3 into 1, 3 into 2, 3 into 3, 3 into 4. So 3 into X, that becomes 3X. So your pattern becomes 3X. So one simple thing is there, children. First time when we observe the alphabet, you count the number of mastics. Here see, 1, 2, 3. Definitely the pattern becomes 3X. For making E, count it 1, 2, 3, 4. So definitely the pattern becomes 4P, 4Q, 4R. So by seeing the alphabet only you can say the pattern. But while doing solution you have to do this method. So that you will get the marks. Okay, children. Go through the video very attentively and complete your classwork, complete your homework. But only Z I gave as a homework. So complete it that one and submit me on my personal window. Thank you.